Wholeness, everyone, and I just want to be clear when I speak about go to holistic practitioners and these Western medicine doctors. You know how they thrive off you staying sick, and I want to just say that it is not everybody, which is why you know the way that I do my readings and channelings is almost like a story. So it's almost like you would need to kind of look at videos all the way from the beginning to be able to lead up until the present moment right now, so that you can see, because there's things that has been said in other videos that is not being said in other videos, because the thing is we want to just get your attention, and we're hoping with so much love and light that you'll be able to make choices and decisions that will be better for you if you want better. Some people don't want to be better. Some people would rather live in hell. This channel is not for that. This channel is for those who really want to achieve having a good, fulfilling life. And it's not a channel to bash people or do anything like that. And I want to say this to say I have met several of doctors who have quit because they knew that that wasn't right. They said they're not about to continue lying to patients anymore. They're not about to keep on giving them prescriptions that they know that they don't need and all these things. So they left. That is a holistic practitioner right there. That's someone who has a soul, who has a conscience, who is for the people. But what you have to understand is they are not in that same category with the Western medicine physicians. They're not in that category because they chose to walk away because they have a conscience. They really want to help people, you know? So there's a difference, and they may not consider themselves holistic practitioners. They may consider themselves something else, but they are not part of that Western medicine group of people. Okay, so it's very important, for those to understand that, because it's not that. But the thing is, for those who are continuing to do that work and they know that they're lying to people, these nurses that's over here giving these people these toxic drugs, no, absolutely, you need to stay far away from them. You got people that's over here on dialysis and life support, and they really feel like, oh, like it's just over with. It don't have to be. It doesn't have to be. There's seeded grapes. Grapes with seeds can reverse the cancer. All they have to do is eat some seed grapes. It's going to reverse it. Anything can be reversed. It is never a end sentence. And these people cannot continue to speak life over you or your family members, because you are living in this USA place that is meant to keep you sick. So meaning it's almost like, well, what options, what choices do we have then? What are we supposed to do? Well, that is exactly why you reach out, because their way we can sit down and discuss your options, because I've been doing this for so long. So I know all the options. I can find you so many solutions. It's so easy to find solutions to these things, but you have to be willing to want to do the change, because on the other side of that is greatness, right? It's greatness. But the main part of this message is to just let you know that there are a lot of good people that is in those places, but they are under the influence of dark forces. And so it's important to understand that when you are under the influence of dark forces, this means you have fears, you have worries. They thinking about their families. They think about, well, how am I going to be able to pay? It's the fear that is false. It is an illusion, right? When you're in a fear state. So there's a lot of these good people that are fearful because they're thinking about their families. And so they like, well, I'm gonna continue lying to these people because I feel like that's what I have to do. And that's like not a conscience. You have to be able to be strong enough to find something inside of yourself to know that this is not right. There is other ways. Because it is so easy when you are in alignment, when your mind, body, and soul is in alignment, how the world will open up to you, where you will be able to create and start your own practice and do all these things. These people go to school for all these years, and the wisdom is already inside of them. It's like we have to recognize and understand the traps of what they're doing. But the thing is, out of everybody are all good people. Majority of them are under the influence of the dark. So if they are under the influence of the dark, and the way that you can know is you just ask them questions. Ask them about their life. You'll be able to see, how do they live? How do they eat? What do they really believe in? Do they have fears, worries, anxieties, and depressions and things like that? Those are some very good questions to ask them, because if they do, then you know that if they do, then they are under the influence of the dark. Because when you are not under the influence of the dark, you know that you don't have to be afraid of anything, because whatever it is that you want, you will have. You open your heart to it. You attract. You don't have to chase a thing. You don't have to chase a thing. Everything is already provided. You don't have to go to these places or be a certain way to be able to get what you want in life. All you have to do is be yourself. You have to accept and love yourself. Do things that is loving to yourself. Feed yourself loving things. So start going for organic. The people are like, oh, but everything is so expensive. Well, how about you change the story? Say you can afford it. Keep saying you can afford it. For 21 days, keep saying you can afford everything, no matter what the price is. Keep saying that you're circulating. You're not spending anything, because see, if you keep saying you're spending it, it don't come back. But when you circulate, it comes back. Say it comes back multiplied. All right? So it's just little nudges, little changes of what you can do. Because one thing's for sure is, with this channel, we don't judge, because we know that all people are good people. But unfortunately, the reality of it is a lot of them, like 94.7% of them, is under the influence of the dark, the conditioning, the programming, the toxicity. So they don't see a way out. So therefore, it's time to make those changes of researching gardens, researching organic farms or local produce and things like that. Just moving your energy into that realm will open up so many doors. Because let me tell you something, nothing is out of reach. Because the minute that you choose to get something organic is the minute that you're going to end up getting this check from out of nowhere. You're going to get a deposit from out of nowhere. Something's going to just happen from out of nowhere when you choose to just take that first step to go into that positive direction. But more so than anything, just know that there are a lot of good people that are in those Western medicine places, but they're trapped. Because if they over here giving you these toxic drugs and they know that they're not supposed to, because like I said, there's a lot of holistic practitioners that will tell you that they used to be those doctors, and they have a conscience and they have a soul, and they know that this is not right. Because a lot of them be helping people on the side. They help people on the side because they know that they need money or whatever, and that is supposed to be the form of money. But the thing is, when you recognize and understand that everything that you need is already inside of you, you can create everything will come into place. Money is an energy. Get yourself in alignment with it. Release all the fears that you have about it and not having enough, because you have more than enough. You have to start telling yourself that, whether that's the case or not. Because there was a point in my life where I owed the bank. Okay, that stuff was in red, and I still was able to travel the world. I was still able to do whatever it is I want to do, because I kept my mind set on abundance, on positivity, on knowing that I have more than enough. Because I'm not going to sit up here and allow this little fake machine that is showing an account that is in negative to dictate my life. You have to take the control back over your life. You have to really believe in what you can't see. You cannot live a life of seeing to believing, because it's an illusion. And we will graciously walk you through all of that. We have multiple examples and things that we can assist you with to let you know that. Because the thing is, you be afraid, and you don't have nothing to be afraid of. That's how they win. That's how the inorganic people win. They win off of your fears, because they know, oh, well, yeah, they ain't gonna ever believe in that, because they have to see, it's like a game to them. It's like you're a joke, and you are so much more than that. You don't belong in a box. You have to set yourself free, and to just know that there are a lot of good doctors that are in those places, but they are under the influence of the dark. And if they're under the influence of the dark, they will not ever be able to help you. So you have to trust yourself in your decisions. And I'm so grateful to know that there's a lot of good doctors that used to be a part of that. They was lied and manipulated, thinking that they was doing. They really want to help people. They do want to help people. But yet, when they under the influence of the dark, they're unable to, because everything is out of their hands. They will say, hey, no, we should do this because this person is sick and they have an allergy, because they are intuitive, so they have gifts. But yet, in that Western practice or in these churches, they shun people with gifts and abilities. So how can you be of God and you over here judging people because they have gifts and abilities of the Creator? What, I mean, like, really, what is up with that, right? We are able to use these gifts to help to heal and nurture this world. It is nothing satanic or bad about that. And when you think about back in the olden days, they over here burning people because they over here trying to heal people, hanging people. How is that of our Creator? That is dark forces. None of that is right. And it is a lot of people that's in these churches that do these things. So wake up. Wake up. Please wake up and see what is really going on around here. It is like a hard truth that you have to realize. And if you really want to set yourself free, then you need to go a whole nother direction. You have to go a whole nother direction. So that is just to say that everybody's all good, but when they're under the influence of the dark, then that is what turns them to be something that is not of love and light. That is just it. That is with anybody. What, the people that's in toxic relationships, they are under the influence of the dark. That is what they do. They want to plant liquor stores and fast food restaurants and processed foods, and they want to continue to put negative things on TV so that people can stay stuck and stagnant. You have to watch other things. Watch things that is more fulfilling and high vibrating. Listen to things that are on higher frequencies. These are all things that you can do to get yourself out of whatever it is that you feel that you're in.